Welcome back, welcome back. It's like 2, maybe 3 in the morning. Just got finished making videos and making titles and going on Instagram and all this shit. And I literally have like 2 hours before I gotta wake up and go to fucking work. So, looks like that I'd be getting an hour of sleep because right before I go to bed, I'm watching this famous rapper on an interview. Now, he's so fucking famous, I will not mention this man's name because if I'm wrong about what I'm saying, I'm going to assassinate this man's character, and I don't want to do that to somebody if I'm wrong. Sound the fucking horns! We all know what that means. Now, as I'm listening to this man talk about his life story a little bit and giving his background of his new alter ego, and now, every man can change into a good man that used to be bad. You know what I mean? That's the forgiveness of the Lord. Now, lately, I've been watching a lot of new guys, and it's so funny that the Lord made me watch a video earlier today, and this black man was like, yeah. Oh, no, it was Kevin Samuels. I was watching an old Kevin Samuels video about image, and he said how he used to work for Hollywood people and rich motherfuckers like entertainers. And he, I quote, said, the entertaining world is losing their grip on people because people don't watch fucking TV like they used to. The internet's popping now and they get more views than TV people did. You know, like Kev Samuels, a not known black man that had 1 million subscribers. Famous people only have fucking 1 million subscribers or more because they're already famous. They would never do what Kevin did and build themselves from the ground up. They can't. They don't have real talent. Now, the point of what I'm saying is, Kev said, now that these people up there are, they're losing to the internet and regular people are, proving that all the greatest people are not up there and we can entertain you too. And you didn't give me my shot, so now I'm going to start my own shit. And it's working for a lot of men and women where they surpass these guys now. Now, he said, soon, and this is what made Kev push himself to go so hard, he said, soon you're going to see all the stars start coming online. And I already noticed that back then. And he said, yeah, these failed actors and musicians and blah, 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 they're going to start doing coaching and counseling and omniscient. I could help kids and do. Right? And I said, yeah, that's kind of what I be seeing with these low-grade up-and-coming stars. They keep trying to make these niggas be looking like the new Tupac or Malcolm X, but they're super gangster. But they talk that Malcolm X and my people shit. But your body of work is about killing your own. So how the fuck would I trust you? Now, let's get back to this rapper. That's what this rapper is basically doing on this interview, is basically showing like, I did all this stuff. And now I'm older and, I'm venturing out and I've ventured out to movies and did all these other things. And he starts telling his story. Now, this man has the typical black man story of growing up hard and not understanding things. And, you get older, 16, 17, and you jump into the gangster shit because you're being brainwashed. And he says, I was around 16 when I started acting up, and in 17, my mama kicked me out. Then he literally says, the guy says, where were you sleeping if you got kicked out? He said, I was sleeping in my car. This nigga's older than me, so who the fuck do you know that was 16 and had a car back then? Who gave you your license? Who even let you buy the fucking thing? So to me, that's suspicious. Now, could he have had a car? Yes. Many drug dealers and people that get money off the street or whatever can save a car. A young man can save a lot of money or a little money, find some old guy and just buy the car off him. So it's not impossible. Then he says, yeah, I end up moving in with one of my aunts and stuff, and she had a disabled child. And the disabled child would scream, and back then they didn't know as much or have medications and all these things, so we had to like raw dog it and figure it out ourselves. So the woman was, older black woman. I guess she didn't have a proper patience built into her, so he said she would cuss and scream and hit her to make her stop. So he said, because of his magical love at 17 and, him learning his ways or something. I don't know what the fuck, how he goes from, I wanted to be good, and then I started being bad, and I got into the gangster shit, and then I got kicked out for it, and then I'm still doing it, and then I live in this house with this. Now, gangsters are some of the most loving people, so don't get this fucking twisted. Now, the thing is, he's saying he's 17 years old, never had a father, damn near didn't have a mother, raising him up to do these type of things. So where the fuck did he get magical skills to just know? He said, I talked to the woman and the child, and after a while, he would go in the room instead of letting the mother. And then he noticed that he had this calming feeling over her, and he would talk to her, and she'd calm down. Now, that any man can do that. I'm not saying he can't do this. Let me continue. As this man proceeds to say that, the man asks him, when you were younger, who'd you look up to and like, what'd you want to be? And he said, I wanted to be like Richard Pryor, an actor. When I was young, I wanted to be an athlete. And, he named all these good things: athlete, comedian, actor, a singer, He didn't name any gangster shit. He named all good man stuff that a boy would normally sound the fucking horns long range. And then I said, oh, that's what's up. Well, you were a kid and you inspired and seen good men, so that means you would want to grow up and be them. When you hit 16, you said you went completely the other way and got kicked out of the fucking house. So you obviously didn't learn from those men. You went the other way. Where the fuck did you get time to want to admire all these people in your childhood? Then you turn 15, you didn't study nothing, and there's no books and clubs and all this internet shit, so you wasn't with these people, and then you just went rogue and went bad. Now you went bad, but you're still doing heavenly things. Then you become a famous rapper that only raps about murdering his own people and selling drugs. Now, I can understand you're a rapper or whatever, you're a drug dealer or whatever, and then you want to be rapper, but you're talking like you had the spirit of Jesus Christ in you this whole time, and somehow you end up speaking for the fucking devil. So bad that in one of your songs you said you sold your soul to the devil. And it's your most famous song, and nobody bats a fucking eye. But you want me to believe, now that you're older, and all this time has passed, you've learned. Now, if you would have said you did this shit now with the kid, I would understand, you're grown. But you said back then, you only had from 14, 15, and 16 before you got kicked out. Ain't no 13-year-old, like, come on, how much fucking, you wanted to be Richard Pryor and Michael Jordan. So that means around 12 or 10, that's when you seen them. And then 4 years later, 14 is when you were studying them somehow and blah, blah, blah. And then 15, you completely went the other way. Now, like I said, I know men that have been super gangster, and they took care of many people, and they do things like that, but they didn't have the patience nor the fucking brain power to know how to deal with a disabled kid. You need love and compassion for that. That's something that's taught and learned through patience and time. You didn't have enough time, so I don't want to fucking hear that shit. Then I started thinking, it made me click back because my father's making me see all the liars now on all levels, and I can see through you when you speak because I pay attention to what y'all say, and I add it up to what real life is, and I'm like, nah, man, that shit ain't real, bro. Like it sound good, it sound real good, but then I start judging you for your life after. You mean to tell me you were good, you had the good heart? This can happen. You slipped out of your early age, went super duper gangster mode, killer. I want to be known as the roughest killer in the world. Then you get famous, all this crazy shit happens, and now you're older, and you're not really on that wow out shit. You're helping kids, you're doing good things, you're on TV, you're not supporting that type of life no more, but every now and again you gotta remind niggas that you still, you know what I mean? You're a man. Now, the thing is, though, you've had enough time to learn all the things I've learned about our people. How come you're not fucking helping us legally? You know, by telling us these things that you have to know by now? Because you changed your name once and then you made it an Israelite type of name. And then, I don't know, why'd you drop that? Why'd you go back to that old name? Why? It doesn't make sense to me, but we're all allowed to do whatever we want, so it does make sense. But it don't. You're either righteous or you're not, motherfucker. And then I start really listening. I only made it to 5 minutes of his 6 minutes and 14 seconds before I turned that shit off and said, I gotta make a video about this. And I started noticing like your body language and how you can't look at the camera straight. How you always gotta keep looking left, look up to the left or the right whenever you're telling your story. Like you gotta try to remember it or something. See, when I tell my stories and I watch myself on my camera, I notice I'm very direct and forward and passionate in all these lively ways. When y'all niggas tell y'all stories, y'all look like y'all trying to remember a script. Because it's a fucking script. You're a good rapper, but you're a bad actor, buddy. You're a very bad actor. That's why you never got really good major roles. Um, like I said in the beginning, I could be wrong, but my father, I know what my father made me to be now. I'm gonna expose all you motherfuckers. And that's why the hacking keeps happening. That's why all these problems are happening, because I'm getting closer to the big dogs. And your words of all your interviews and all your years of all that, I'm gonna hold you to it. And I'm going to make people see regular things that they should already know about watching in liars and how to catch them. And then they'll have the eyes to see and the ears to hear. And they'll be able to have the power I have. Listen, you spit a bunch of shit and then wait up. This shit don't kind of make sense. Let me start judging them now. Let me think of any other man that went that way and if they went that way. Or did they flip back and forth, back and forth, back and forth? You know what I mean? Like the Bible says, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. You're a good guy, a bad guy, dog. Because when you go good, you put all that bad shit down. You stop dressing like it. You stop talking like it as best you can. And, you grow the fuck up and be a man. You look like a goofy-ass kid every time I see you. Ain't nothing wrong with being youthful and have the joy of a kid. But, you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I'm being judgmental. Being a little too harsh. But it just be really funny how certain dudes just really made it out of all of the crazy shit they made it out of. Their record labels and all these crazy stories we see behind them, and you're the one that's good. How did you get good? When everybody else either died, got locked up, got charges, but your ass is good. You know, it's like being a drug dealer and everyone gets locked up and you don't. I wonder what we would call you. I wonder what people would think of you. Now, I ain't saying nothing is official. I'm just saying start paying attention to these motherfuckers y'all look up to. I don't care what their name is. I don't care how long you love the nigga. Really listen to what these people are saying. And judge them like the Lord gave you the permission to. So you know you don't be with the wrong people. Listening to the wrong shit that have you going in a circle. Never going forward. Never actually doing something. I'm tired of you niggas. You niggas can give up $1 million right now and it wouldn't hurt your fucking pockets. You know what you'll give it to? I'm gonna give it to the kids to build some bullshit. I'm gonna build a playground. I'm gonna give them more books that have lies in it. I'm not gonna help save their fathers. I'm not gonna find one innocent black man I can find and be like, yeah, I'm gonna help him win that court case and get him back to his family. You niggas won't do that. But you say you want to help your people. You can change one of your people's lives every day. For real. But you won't. Maybe you do. I don't know. I don't follow any of these guys. But like Kev said, a lot of you is going to come down to this YouTube world and the internet world and you're going to try to knock us out of our spot. We're going to expose you and then you're going to erase our videos. But it'll be too late by then. All love, all